Friends, welcome back to Backchat Reacts. If this is your first time here, please come back so that the intro checks out. Today I have for you Ikoku Nikki, or Journal with Witch, episode 5. So it would be Ikoku Nikki. I can do these all fucking day. I am in a little bit of a mood. In fact, the world is in a little bit of a mood right now. And so it's times like these where, we do have to address. We do have to talk about it. We do have to come together as a community of normal people, because that's what we are. No matter how the people on top or the systems designed to keep us down will try to convince us otherwise, we are normal people, and we are the ones who form the real, actual connections here on Earth. And we feel like normal, and that's okay. And this story is one of these things that gives us a reminder that we can feel as normal. Let's see, do we want to go more into that? Not at the beginning of the episode. Let's get it started. In 3, 2, 1, play. Hey! Another song from this band. Oh. Huh? Guys? Guy? Guy. Well. Well, we know what you're about, but like, there we go, there we go. No, I just admire them. Is there a but at the end of that? I should have gone into the comments on last episode. I forgot to do that because this week has been so fucking bad. All right, but we'll do that at the end of the episode. Leaning, huh? Huh. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna do that anymore. Oh. So there wasn't a but at the end of it, but she felt the but at the end of it when it was mom talking. Don't join the choir club. Okay. That's true. Actually, I want to be in a choir, though. That's a different kind of... Living with a guide. That's so KyoAni. What? Yeah. There is a but. Yeah, huh? Who else do you talk to? It's not like we can decide on the spot. Hmm. Oh, no one to latch on to. You've had someone to decide for you. That is. Mm-hmm. Ooh, what a cold open. Okay. Reset, reset, feel. Leaning against the wall. All right. I should pull up comments. Really bad time for this, but still have a little bit. There we go. Amazon. Oh, hey. Just because. Hmm. Doesn't pay to be the tallest in the family. That's why she always slouches. Sure. Inspiration. Oh, that's rude. You can't say the. You can't lean in. Ooh. Ooh, that's some pressure. Name? So Minori, not Kodai, since she would have changed her name, but Minori. Hmm. Lacking independence. Don't always mean the words we say. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some real code switching going on. Yeah. It's good. It's a good step. Mm. Hmm. Sure, yeah. Yeah, see you again in 5 years or whatever. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, wonderful. So real. Wow, why is that so real? Ooh. Oh. Wait, I'm short haired too. Ah. I can't even begin to go into that one. Hey. Doesn't let up. That's so good. Hmm. More talking. It's so over. Mm. Nah. No. Oh, it's so over. I was already done today. Yeah. Wait a second to compose. Yeah, buddy. Cool, good. Oh. More? There's more? I have to talk again? Three strikes, buddy. Wow, okay. That's very good. Oh. Hmm. I can't pay attention with you guys like that. Huh? Ooh. Ooh, the strings? Hmm. Yeah. And not in the way your fuck ass mom told. Ah. Fuck. Okay. Only two cast. Main villain. Main villain. Yeah, another Bailey Stock song. Thank you, thank you. Ah, another insert for MQ. Beautiful. Right? Music club, eh? Her mom wanted her to be in the choir. Haha. That's not what she wanted, huh? So yes, starting the episode right here with her mom, ending the episode in a little bit different of a family structure. There's a guy in the picture. There's, intimacy. They're sharing the same couch. Ah. Ah. Yeah. Mom looking, observing, a judger as not, as opposed to someone, living life with her. Ooh, ooh, that's juicy. Okay. Before we get into anything else, I would love to look at the comments from last time around because there were some really good ones, and especially some pretty long ones. Okay, let's see. Just need to. Okay. Let's do this one from Livy Lou. this feels like such a natural expansion on not just all the episodes so far, but episode 3 especially. The way we expand on the ideas of why we fight, why Makio and Nana don't fight, and how that's less about introversion and extroversion, like she said in episode 3, though that does come into play, and more that Makio and Nana have less of a gap in understanding to bridge than Makio and Asa do. There's less need to fight or work it out. That's also true for communication. I mean, that's in terms of fighting is just kind of an accelerated way to get the communication going. In some circumstances, also fighting can be used as a way to not communicate at all. But if you treat fights, in the shonen battle way, it's always a conversation. So if you work it out, no matter how you work it out, it's going to be, at least to some point, if you both are working towards a resolution, then a fight can be that for people who don't see eye to eye. So need to fight, work it out. Someone like Asa, who is everything in opposition, is required to have dialogue to bridge across these strange lands of their own. Yeah. And then Captain Galactic. This may get clarified further on, but since Asa hadn't seen Makio since she was a baby at the start of the series, it's my understanding that Makio hadn't really spoken to her sister for at least a decade. Feels like the person that Makio thinks of and the person that Asa thinks of are from two completely different periods of the mom's life, which is where a lot of the dissonance is coming from. I do like that reading, like the separation by time, but I also there's some stuff in the next comment by Nevri. It's a really long one, but it touches on like a lot of. I think I agree with it a little bit more, but time is certainly a factor. I also think she's gotten more crafty, Minori, and so let's get into it. I had a hard time understanding the disconnect between how Sister talks about Makio, Minori talks about Makio to other people, and when talking directly to her too, but it finally clicked now. First of all, I want to preface that I don't think Sister fundamentally changed as a person, and we got a few strong hints for that. I wholeheartedly agree. And we see actually a lot more textual evidence in this episode where she says things, doesn't really mean them, controls, but in very subtle, judging, piercing ways. Like, you can be whoever you want to be, but I will judge you for it. There's still some similarities. And that's why she sees Minori in Makio. And that's why she's scared to breach the subject or even go. It's the poster. She was looking directly at it. Go outside of what would gain, Makio's approval. Okay, back to the comment. See that sister? I'd use her name if I bothered to check what it was. It's Minori. We finally know. Ooh. Let's see. Yes, it's about family pride. Makio doesn't fit in with the normal expectations of Japanese culture, especially people like her sister and other adults that follow all the proper protocol to a T. Yes. You see, this sister was a bit of a perfectionist and very demanding. She considered Makio a family shame, a failure. And so, yeah, I think that kind of instinct, or the way that Minori manipulates the perception of those she has around her, it's kind of the same. With Asa, it's a lot more insidious and kind of implied rather than explicit. Oh, Asa. Oh, she does look better with the short hair. She's very cute. Look like a boy. Emiri likes it. This is the only person that matters here. She considered Makio family shame, failure, looks, her behavior, and even her passion was something she looked down on. She clearly thought becoming a novelist wasn't a real job. Yep. Indeed thinks low of the craft. How cringe I am. The sister's words kept deep, was stuck with Makio all this time. So, yeah, the unmendable rift between them. because you're so helpless. Isn't I think sister didn't change and Makio, in fact, does remember her correctly, is Asa. She doesn't want to be pressured. Asa instantly understood what she meant. Used the exact words Makio remembered her sister saying. So there's a lot of pressure in the household, but you have like a lid on the pot, right? And it might the contents might be boiling, but it's only going to boil over if you really just leave it unattended. And the communication, all of that, acknowledging of like each other as human beings and real and able to feel, and be independent of each other, and not lacking a gap in understanding. That's interesting. That is what, cools down the pot. That's what that's checking the pot to make sure it doesn't boil over. This kind of method of control, of forcing understanding by means of implicit signaling, which is very, very interesting. That's how you make the pot boil over. And immediate cut to, oh, okay. It's cool. Asa's mixed emotions. I don't know why, but I'm irritated. A lot of people would say, you shouldn't trample over the dead this instantly, respect their wishes or whatever, or honor them because they're dead, because it's a tragedy that they passed, or because it would have been their wish for you to mourn, even in the slightest. Katini. That's not what Asa and Makio are feeling. That's especially not what Asa is feeling. Makio's just letting her grieve in her own way. This is... man, that's so interesting. Okay. Didn't have to raise Makio from baby, so the familiar connections were different. Makio only got the short end of the stick. Yeah, and like there's all sorts of code switching. I do believe that, as a human being, bragging about someone who you have put down before, and also because of the difference in status as a novelist that Makio certainly gained between their break and Makio becoming popular, taking off, stuff like that. There is a difference there. Like, she's acknowledged that, it's a real job, technically. This episode is a smoking gun. First, we have Asa, who, again, was raised by her sister, deemed a proper adult. Calls Makio weird. Emery talking about her family is the same, just further shows how alienated by all the demands of how society thinks you should look and act Makio is. Yeah. Don't embarrass us. Do better next time. Don't make mistakes. So all of those in conjunction kind of with be whoever you want to be, but as a proper adult, you're not doing these things. You're not doing these things. It's not that you can't do that. It's not that you can't do these things. It's that you're not doing these things. Okay. Yeah. So I want to go back to, the episode. Because, man, back to the old house, nostalgia, everything as it's left, just a little dustier. Don't attack me with these nostalgia attacks. We used to be buddies. And then Minori kind of grew up, let's say. We hear her name first from the grandmother, right? Yeah, okay, so it's uh, an outsider's perspective. You don't want to talk about her name. Do you hate grandma too? Like, I hate everybody. I had just because I'm not good with people doesn't mean I hate them like immediately. Or she raised me. Boy, oh boy. Okay. I guess I don't hate you. So let me extend this olive branch. Didn't exactly work out in the way she was expecting it to, but oh god. No, that's fine. Uh, my fault. Things crashing because I work together with Asa-chan. Live healthily. Makio, you gotta pick up calls, girl. Okay. Join the Crafts Club. The dialogue from here, this is like some of the most naturalistic dialogue readings I've heard from not just one voice actor, a group of seiyuu working on a project. Because like you have these excellently naturalistic like readings of lines anywhere. You can find them. Miyuki Sawashiro does a bunch of these. Shika Anzai and Licorice Recoil. It's like this is human ass fucking speech and bullshit. Just like, introducing a guy. Hey, a friend of yours? Yeah, from a different class. Cool. Bye. It's wow, 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 wow. So much care, and even in here, and then cutting back to the school gossip and everything. What even is this line? She used to be bullied, but if I had, the facial features like her, I wouldn't mind being bullied. I don't get it, but this is like, that's how people talk. That's real shit. Fair enough. I mean, because like these sound closer to, how I talk in a video rather than, and like Asa's little like lengthenings of certain syllables to sound cute. It's good. Yo. Sorry. I need to continue my thoughts, but they sound more like, you know, random regular Japanese person talking or how I would speak in a video rather than, someone doing theater. I think, and actually the funny part about this is like the more naturalistic acting that I have heard in anime comes from theater adjacent stuff like Review Starlight. This is along the same lines, or like even in a Ghibli film where you have the beginner or just child voice actors that you hire with no prior roles or experience or anything because it is closer to how a person speaks. It's good. Good. Yuri Fujimoto, beginning of a new era. I've done this spiel before, but she made it into the cool circle. Yeah. Well, it talks about, going overseas to a different land, perhaps an Ikoku. Kodai-san. Yeah. God. Yeah, at least it wasn't like credit card fraud or anything. Wow. This episode flew by. There's so much stuff in it. I love it all. As guardian, you'll be obligated, blah, 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 blah. It's like, hang on, please. Don't attack me like that. Let's talk this out. she really only needed like 10 seconds to really process everything. Hmm. Yeah. Asa feeling bad. Asa fessing up just a little bit. Hmm. Asa's decision. So, this is a big break point in the episode. And wow. Stemming from all those years of Minori's really controlling heavy atmosphere over her living situation as a whole, because you're an adult, and this is something that her mom Minori has normalized for Asa. Like any adult would do this. I'm doing this because it's the adult thing to do. I've set ideals for myself and I'm carrying them out, but also I'm going to make sure that you believe that this is how the world works. Wow. Told you you can enter wherever you want. I told you you can die. It was a test. Asa doing the Emiri told me I should dye my hair. That was a test. She's not gonna like actually do it, or she might, But like, she's just like, as long as the school gives you permission, and she knows all of this in her heart that Makio isn't the type of adult to pull this type of shit, this controlling. I am going to judge you after the fact, and make sure that you undo everything that you worked hard or had emotional stakes in because I'm the one in control of the household. And that's well, it's a very childlike mistake to make, you know, doing something super impulsive to test the fates, Like I wanted a laptop because I thought I could make music on it, and so because I thought you wouldn't let me join the the band club. So in order to skirt that self-imposed regulation that I've put on myself, I did something even more sneaky and something that would put me in a little bit more actual danger, but because I can't process, the value of money yet, right? It's not a thing to me. It's I need another asset, another angle to look at this from. That's really cool. I told her she could join the band club if she wanted, but did it get through? It it should have. If she were any other child, it would have. But because she was raised with Minori. God. Makio hit a new record for socializing in this episode. Dear Lord. Like, oh, that's nice that, this is kind of still a bit of a cool down. Like, and taking, parts of the people that you have interacted with and love, kind of internalizing them subconsciously and using them with Asa to show that you care. Oh, oh, that's nice. Because like we started out with the wall lean, in the first half of the episode, and then the grab on. Just imagine, I'm a dog or whatever. Yeah, that's good. And Now, Asa the Observer invited to the couch. Now they're together. And talking and having a real conversation about the stuff that they're experiencing together, and it's life. Oh, and it's life, and I love it. Wow. Oh. I'm so enraptured. Like, this is not even, I don't think this was the best episode of Ikoku Nikki or whatever. I'm just really glad I have the chance to experience this story and these characters. So that I had that was a fulfilling talk, right? That was a fulfilling discussion. Did I have, necessarily more to say or more substantial things to say? I don't know. I needed that this week. Dear Lord. The world is crumbling above us, and we are experiencing the worst that humanity has to offer at all times. And the people who are in control are doing nothing to correct this or do anything. But among those of us who are actually living, experiencing together, that's I hope we don't I hope it doesn't come to a point where we need more than that, you know? Already for so many people it has. And for those people, on behalf of those people, we need to fight like hell to make sure that we can get back to this state of life and living. But this too is important. This too is everything. Thank you everybody for coming out. I hope you had a good time this episode. I hope you have had a better week than me, or have found the same amount of enjoyment in Ikoku Nikki as this form of learning how to feel again. If you needed this as much as I did, thank you for being here. And I'm glad that you could make it. Please leave any discussion or whatever in the comments. What about this episode struck you? Fairly straightforward, I think. But it hit all the beats that it really, really needed to. See you next week. I'm looking forward to it, as always, but even more this time around. It's a good episode. Bye bye bye, everybody.